Welcome to Let's Hug It Out, the debate show where we argue the most important and serious topics ever, from dogs versus cats, Beatles versus Stones, and moms versus dads. That would be an absolutely terrible show. People just saying, I hate my mom. Nothing is out of bounds as long as, in the end, everybody hugs it out. I'm your host, Roberto Raad. Today, our topic is best holiday of the year. There's so many great holidays, but today, I think the two guests that have chosen... they've chosen their clear favorites. Speaking of guests, I have two amazing ones. One is comedian and actress Jamee Damron-Larsen. Jamie, what's up?
Hello.
Hello. Also have hello. Also have Kimberly Scott Faubel. Faubel, not Fable, Faubel. She sells sex toys and is a longtime improviser with Las Vegas comedy improv group Bleach. Kimberly, what's up?
Howdy. Yes, it's Faubel, not Fable. It's a true story, not a fake one. Hey.
Faubel. What is that? What is Faubel?
It's a last name, and I think it's French and German. Yeah. Also, it fits well with the side that I'm arguing on because it ends with a bell.
Ooh, yes, ends with bell. Ding, ding, ding. And you're choosing your favorite holiday is
Halloween.
Christmas.
Oh, Jamie's already. Jamie's already jumping in. She's like, Halloween, guys. It is Halloween versus Christmas. That's where we're at. Halloween versus. I think we can all decide that Halloween and Christmas are the two best holidays. I mean, am I crazy? Is that?
I say yes.
I think it's subjective, but I think those are the two that are often pitted against one another because they seem so different.
And they get the most fanfare. So like they get the most attention. There's so much around those two holidays. So
those are the most popular holidays. Yeah. What would be fighting for third, do you think?
4th of July?
Thanksgiving or New Year's?
New Year's.
Okay.
Oh, New Year.
Right, New Year's.
New Year's is.
I mean, you got to get drunk and throw up.
Yeah. I feel like New Year's though is kind of like thrown into the holiday season. Like this whole time, we have Hanukkah, we have Christmas, we have New Year's, right? We have Kwanzaa. What else am I? I'm sure I'm missing like 30 other holidays. that.
But there are different New Years. Like that's the thing. Like the Jewish New Year,
the Chinese New Year,
New Year, which lasts like 2 months and really affects manufacturing. Let me tell you.
Just everything just shuts down.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Get it all in before then.
I really regret wearing my ugly Christmas sword. This is what I wore my Christmas cards last year, but it's really hot, and I had to shut off the AC to so that the noise doesn't affect the podcast.
So just really quickly though, are there fish on your Christmas sweater?
Yeah, let me just stand up for the people who are watching. Okay. Yeah, so it's a shark.
Why don't you model it?
Yeah.
That is tragic.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dog has a very similar sweater.
I think I stole this from your dog.
That is
and this is fuzzy. This is really nice too. If you were if you were rolling, this would be you. I would be the talk of Tinseltown.
And you bought
I've never done that.
Yeah, we bought the ugly sweaters for the holiday.
You paid money.
Yeah, we
for
did.
That?
We bought them at Walmart.
You paid for that. Okay.
Yeah, we walked into this shop called Walmart. I don't know if you've heard of it. And we And we bought them specifically for the photo shoot. And this is actually the first time I've worn it.
I like that you called it a shop.
Yeah.
It didn't just
grab your eye.
Have you heard of it?
Exactly.
So let me just ask you a question. Jamie, you're choosing Halloween over Christmas.
Halloween.
Is it close for you, or do you?
It is actually. It is close for me, but I feel like Halloween, first of all, starts off the holidays. And I feel like it doesn't get enough street cred for that. So it's like we hit Halloween and then we get into all these really cool holidays. It also honestly got more fun for me as an adult. Halloween, like, it's just like really cool. Like, you get to like dress up and you can be really slutty and you can just, have fun costumes. Yeah. You get to eat little teeny tiny candy all day and it's fun because it's for the kids. And so it's a great holiday for me. But they are
All right.
close. It's not
All right, I feel like we've already gone into it. So go ahead and tell me, what about Christmas for you, Kimberly? Christmas and Halloween, are those since you're arguing for Christmas, are they pretty close to you, or is Christmas like the clear defining favorite?
Christmas is a clear winner, and I actually have the opposite experience of Jamie's. Like, I feel like as a kid, Halloween was definitely more fun, but as I've gotten older, it's just become, I don't know, it's a chore, it's a task. Like, I don't want to have to like dress up and like if I want to eat candy, I'm gonna eat candy. If I want to be a slut, I can be a slut any day of the year. I do agree.
This made me snot.
That it does I do think it does kick off the holiday season, and I think there's no, this year especially, like, people were very devastated that Halloween wasn't happening the way it normally does. But that just goes to show that, like, it's because people want to go out and mingle with too many people and be around each other's germs. Sorry.
No, they want to germ it up. Germ it up.
They want to germ it up. Yeah.
What is the holiday season? When does it start? Holiday season starts at Halloween, right? And then goes till Valentine's Day or Easter. Is that? Does it really roll to Easter?
Yeah, but I guess.
After
I feel like it
January 1,
ends.
I drop off. Yeah.
Me too. I'm so
Valentine-
done after January 1. Like, it's time to lose weight and get a new life and, not be the person you were last year or whatever all that shit is. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And-
like, make up things that you're going to do.
And then never do them.
Talk about it.
Right.
Make
I'm going to cuss. All those things that you said you were going to do. And Valentine's Day is the dumbest holiday ever. It's
Valentine's Day, we agree.
I concur. Valentine's Day is the biggest bullshit holiday of all.
It's not a real holiday.
No. It's a
And my
Hallmark
husband,
holiday.
Unless we're
didn't believe me.
celebrating, we could celebrate the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I'd be down with that.
That's different.
That is a great
Down
holiday.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny how embedded it is because my husband didn't believe me. We were dating and I was like, yeah, I don't do Valentine's Day. And every year he checked in like, I just want to make sure we're not doing this, right? I'm like, stop asking me.
It's not a
don't
test.
Get me anything.
Well, that's good.
I don't want anything.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I feel like Valentine's Day, you should have that level of like love and kindness and doing something good for your partner every day of the, or like wouldn't you rather get like surprise flowers on some random day of the week?
Yes.
Or a surprise card or surprise gift or surprise
No
dinner?
reason flowers are the best flowers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right?
Like, if you give me
Absolutely they
flowers
are.
for no reason,
Right.
blowjob
Yeah.
all day.
Fuck
Done. Absolutely. You are so getting it tonight. And on top of it, in March or April, they cost $20, and on Valentine's Day they cost $45. So just
It's
wait until the
jacked
day
up.
after.
It's awful. Yeah. It's awful. It's awful.
Exactly.
So yeah, we all agree.
Wait until the 15th.
I got to look up when the St. Valentine's Day Massacre was, like when that was, like.
Like what year?
No, not 1 year. I'm I'm more concerned with like the day to see if it coincides with it. No way.
Does it coincide?
Oh, it happened.
I can't remember.
It is actually on Valentine's Day. I'm a moron. I thought
That's
it was
why I
called
thought you were
Valentine's.
kidding. I was like, you mean the year?
I don't know.
I was being serious. I just thought I had the dumbest brain fart of all time.
When is Cinco de Mayo? What day?
I thought it was on. I thought it was just near on like Valentine Street or something. I don't know. I thought I didn't know it had anything to do with the actual holiday, and I thought maybe that was like the area where they got. Where was that? Was that in Chicago?
I think it was Chicago.
Yeah,
I do.
I thought it was like on Valentine Street, or maybe the head of the mafia was like Jimmy Valentine. I don't know.
Right, Jimmy Valentine. Hey,
I didn't know it was actually on
Whatever.
Valentine's Day.
What are you gonna do?
But now that we know that I'm a moron and it was indeed on Valentine's Day, the year it occurred actually was 1929. In case anybody at home
Stock market
gives-
crash. Okay.
Oh, is it?
Boy,
Yeah, I was gonna say
that was
it
a
was
suck
right
ass
before
year.
the Depression.
Yeah.
Nice.
The
Boy.
end of
Good
the Roaring
times.
'20s. Speaking of which, we're people are suggesting that we're going to go into the Roaring '20s starting. I got it on my phone, so that's why this is weird right now. People are suggesting that we're going to go
I
into
would
the
love
Roaring
that.
'20s.
Really?
Because if I could
feel
live
like
during
I've
any
been
time.
in a Great
Me
Depression.
too.
I feel like
Definitely that. But I would love to have lived during the flapper era. The Great 20. It must have been amazing. I would love to relive that.
Yeah.
live it for the first time. I should say.
Disagree, really? I would like like civil rights and all that stuff. Goodness, Jamie. I mean, I think I like you, but we disagree about.
I'd have been drunk in a speakeasy. I would have been drunk in a speakeasy. Like, everything's under control. It's gonna be fine. Hang in there. It's coming. Don't worry about it.
And you probably look great in Fringe.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
I do.
Like,
I would like to say a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
That and the speakeasy works for me.
Well, I'm gonna be a good moderator and get us somewhat back on track. I haven't even laid out the rules. By the way, I admit this every show. I'm a terrible moderator. I'm too loosey goosey. This is my fourth episode, so I'm still figuring out my life among everything. Among this podcast as well.
Sure.
And, but I'm gonna lay out the rules, ladies. The rules are. You will each be given 2 minutes to state your case, after which point we will proceed to a back and forth between the two of you. I expect you to allow your opponent time without interruption, but if you have to interrupt them, then so be it. We're going to switch halfway through and choose opposing sides and then complete the debate. Winner is decided by our audience, who will tell us via social and all that shit. Or I could decide, I don't know, I still haven't decided just yet. Along the way, I'm going to be asking you some questions, some of which we've already kind of talked about already. But with that being said, we're going to begin this wonderful... this is our holiday episode, by the way. So this is going to be airing the week of Christmas. So hopefully people are sipping their cocoa, listening to this, sipping their cocoa. By the way, your mug looks red. Is that a Christmas mug?
My mug is, you know what? I chose it because I thought it might look Christmassy, but it's not. It's actually from the Hatch print shop in Nashville, Tennessee. Those are sexy ladies.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to visit Nashville, Tennessee. Is it amazing?
It's awesome.
You know what's funny? I went there last Halloween.
You were there for Halloween?
Yeah. Yeah, there was an improv festival there, so it had nothing to do with Halloween. It just happened.
What?
We landed on the 31st of October. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jamie, you've been in Nashville as well, it seems like?
I have. I passed through, not quite as exciting. I passed through when I was driving across the country, and then I left and got stuck in a snowstorm and sat 20 minutes outside of Nashville, Tennessee for 13 hours and waiting for them to fix the highway. So let's just say I've had better... It certainly wasn't Kimberly's trip, but yes. But being in the town is actually very cool.
Yeah.
It's a very cool town.
Sounds like I
visiting.
can't wait to visit once this
the apocalypse is over.
Once this magic bullet vaccine just makes it
2024
makes it through. So let's begin. I'm going to give you each of you 2 minutes to state your case. Once again, for the folks at home sipping their cocoa. It's I'm like I don't know what's wrong with you. You're right. I shouldn't be drinking caffeine. It's not just my stomach.
And you just told on yourself if your girlfriend sees this. You're live. Hello. Confession.
Yeah. Sorry. Look, I'm a caffeine addict. I'm an addict with everything.
So am I.
I love.
So am I.
Yeah.
I love.
Me
I
too.
love it all. Gimme. That's my motto. More. You know, what's that song?
I thought it's gimme, a man after midnight, or more.
Like it.
I like that one.
Isn't that's a song that they used in for one of the, I think, Sex and the City promos back in the early 2000s. I don't know why I know that, but I do.
And that's true.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong.
I'm not down with that.
Sex and the City was a great fucking TV show. It doesn't matter what.
Oh,
thank you.
So clever. So
it
witty,
was
so funny.
Goddamn.
So
yeah,
good.
although I have to
good.
say I really, I don't know if the writers did this on purpose, but the actress is great, but nothing against her, but the character, really not a fan of Miranda.
Yeah,
that's my
a little
boo.
tough.
Really?
That's my
Really?
boo.
Are you Miranda?
Yeah.
Wait, Miranda's
I'm a total
Miranda's the
Miranda.
redhead, right?
I'm
The
Carrie.
redhead. Yeah.
Yep.
Cynthia Nixon.
Yes,
Carrie.
the
Yep.
actress is
Cynthia
Cynthia
Nixon.
Nixon is a fantastic and amazing actress. It's not a slight against her, but that character for me.
So then, Roberto, are you Aiden or Big?
Wait, Aiden is that Miranda's boyfriend? That's like Miranda.
No,
That's
Aiden
Steve.
was Carrie Bradshaw's true love. So Big was Big.
Yeah, I know Mr. Big, yeah.
obviously, and then Aiden was like the furniture guy, the furniture nice guy
Aiden,
that she was with
wore
for a
turquoise
while.
jewelry.
Right,
Turquoise
one
red
is
was kinda like-
Christopher North, right? Or right?
That's
I mean-
big.
That's big.
Who's
And then
named
the-
him
and the
again?
other guy
What's
was-
his name again?
The other guy is from My Big
can't
Fat
remember
Greek
his
Wedding,
name.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So which one are
Yes.
you?
I'm more Big Fat Greek Wedding guy than Mr.
That's what I think. Too.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Than Mr. Big. I mean, both actors. Once again, just going by characters. Oh my God, I've derailed
They
this
are great.
fucking debate. This is.
You've done
Again.
it so many times. Yeah.
It's a-
We're too good at talking.
I know.
I don't even know why I created a show where I actually was like trying to have a debate when most of the time I end up just
Exactly.
fucking taking it somewhere where it doesn't really.
Just call it comedians on Zoom in a pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so you have 2 minutes each. Kimberly, you are Christmas. Jamie, you are Halloween.
Yes.
I'm going to give Kimberly the floor first. 2 minutes. Why is Christmas better than Halloween? Go.
Jamie's already mad. Okay, so the reason I think Christmas is better, there are plenty of reasons. I think Halloween is a very superficial holiday, whereas Christmas seems to be about what matters most. I do think growing up very poor, we had a lot of hard Christmases, but we always had a Christmas. And so I think the people who tend to roll their eyes at Christmas or don't really get into the spirit of things tend to think that it's all about material possessions, whereas I think it's about creating memories and spending time with family and loved ones, even if family means chosen family. So it really does it's a holiday of the heart and the spirit and the soul. People have always assumed I prefer Halloween because I have skulls tattooed on me and dark hair, but I don't. I did have fun with it, but I do think there's something about Halloween that is just kind of empty and superficial, and it comes and goes very quickly. Christmas is a season, and so even if I've never been religious, I'm technically Jewish, but we always celebrated Christmas among the holidays, and it was never about any religious aspect or faith. It was really about creating a warm, loving atmosphere in the coldest of seasons. And I don't know if my 2 minutes are out, but that's the gist of what I have to say.
Love it. Oh my God, you almost made me tear up a little bit. As a moderator, I'm not taking sides. Jamie, Halloween, 2 minutes.
Yeah, well now she's gonna make me feel bad. Superficial. Well, Halloween speaks very highly of you. Again, I'm gonna say the things that I said in the beginning, which is I don't know why, but dressing up slutty at Halloween is kind of fun. And there's like witches and pumpkins and like candles and ghosts and goblins, and it's just a really fun time of year to be really creative. I think I'll go with it's a little superficial. I mean, there's really no meaning behind it except for the Day of the Dead. But that's a whole different. That's pretty cool.
I can't touch that.
Exactly. And we still pumpkin carve. So like every year we get a whole bunch of our friends together who think they're too cool to do it. And it started with like 5 people. And this past year we had 25 people. And during a pandemic, whatever, call the police. I don't care. We all spread out. And then literally somewhere halfway in between this, like halfway down the road of this pumpkin carving, everybody's just drunk enough that they get like super seriously into it. And then we're super competitive. And it's really fun to just, I don't know, still be a kid. And I like it also because when you're a kid, you get the candy. But I love now, we're a married couple with dogs, so no kids here. But we love sitting on the porch and watching these little kids come up in their different like outfits and trick or treat and like ask for their candy. It's just adorable. Another reason is haunted houses. There's nothing more fun than getting the shit scared out of you by a bunch of 20-year-olds once a year. I know they're 20-year-olds, but I'm horrified during the time. So I'm terrified, and I know that they're just college kids, but I can't stand it. So yeah, I just think it's a fun, sort of creepy, fun time of year, and also the horror movies that time of year. I mean, The Exorcist, come on. Like, best, scariest.
Look, I
horror,
watch true crime all year round. There's no special time of year to enjoy horror movies. I have a few arguments. I have a few arguments for things that Jamie said.
Please, go ahead.
First of all,
counterpoint.
Are we done? I didn't want to interrupt.
No, she's good.
Well, just one more thing is that.
Okay.
Good. Go for it.
So you say, like, when you take it out of context, like my husband and I sit on the porch and watch kids ask for candy. creepy. That just sounds creepy. And we entice them with candy. You're adding a level of creep. Also, you're advocating for people to get drunk and play with sharp weapons. Carving pumpkins is so much fucking harder than I ever remembered it being. Like, as a kid, I think you just remember the fun because you probably gave the pumpkin to an adult. They scooped out all the gross shit. And then you just got to do the fun part. But, like, as an adult, and then you're drinking on top of that, that sounds like a recipe for disaster. That sounds like decorating a tree is so much safer. You don't need power drills or knives.
Jamie?
Oh, actually, we had somebody bring power drills this year. We had someone bring a power drill this year. And I told him,
well, it's the best way to do a pumpkin.
Totally joking in my text. Not even serious. I'm like, bring power tools if you feel like you need them. 2 people bring power tools. I'm like, guys, we got to be calm here. So, yeah, I sort of get what you're saying, but, and people do complain. The best part about adult pumpkin carving is the bitching, and they're like, ugh, and I got to clean this out, and then somewhere in the middle of it, they're like, I'm amazing at this. I'm going to win, and we line them up. And then we have people from around the country vote, and it gets, like, super seriously competitive. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I still vote for Halloween. I'm still going to hang in there. And Orange doesn't get any sort of airtime throughout any other time of the year than it does at Halloween. It's totally unfair.
I have to agree. I have an orange heart. I don't even know if you can see it tattooed.
For the folks at home, she has an orange heart. It seems like it's slightly behind and below her left ear.
Yeah.
Kimberly's showing her.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
An orange heart.
I'm a big fan of
What is
orange,
what is the significance of besides the heart it being orange?
Well, if you didn't cry earlier, you're gonna cry.
Oh God,
now.
is this legit? Okay, go.
No.
I cry.
Two years
I cry
ago,
easy. I'm like Mark Ruffalo at the end of the Avengers. Like that's my secret. I'm always crying.
Right. 2 years ago, during the Christmas season, I lost my 15-year-old cat, and he was orange. So last year on the anniversary of his departure, I got an orange heart tattoo.
Oh, that is really sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's a sweet. He's with us always. That's the spirit of the holidays.
He's now a ghost cat.
Do you know what's ironic?
Yeah.
This year, I actually rescued an orange cat that showed up at my door, and I fed him and loved him and took him to the vet, and he dumped me for the people down the street. Like, I literally just saw him the other day. I was like, who gets dumped by a stray cat? Like,
you can't.
Literally
I'm so
lives with the
sorry.
neighbors.
You can't. Other
I
than
made him look
Kimberly's.
good.
Yeah. Other than Kimberly's, you can't trust gingers. Can't trust ginger cats.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I made him look good. I got him nice and buff. He looked great. He gained weight. He looked beautiful. And he bolted.
Well, if you love something, set it free. You did the right
Set it free. And if
right.
it comes back, it's yours forever, no matter what. If they try to leave again, too late. No backsies.
If it comes back, cut its feet off. So it
Do what Kathy Bates did, James Caan in Misery, and just with a sledgehammer to the fucking ankles.
Another great horror movie.
Yeah.
Another great horror
Oh, it's a
movie.
fantastic film. One of Stephen King's best. All right, let's get back on track, ladies and germs. So you guys touched on some things that were already within my question list. I'm going to go straight into it. Which holiday has the best movies? And then I've got several parts of that question.
Halloween.
But first, Kimberly, I'm going to let you go first. Which holiday has the best movies, please? 1 minute. You have 1 minute. This is a very strict debate show, so 1 minute.
Okay, yeah, this is very rigid. This is a tricky one because I like Jamie said, I think horror movies are great and Halloween's the perfect time to enjoy them, and there's so many and they're constantly churning out. However, with that being said, so many of them are terrible. The same is true for Christmas movies, but I do think Christmas movies once again kind of create that like warm, loving spirit, and you can sip your cocoa and classics and in that, I would say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, even though it's a Thanksgiving movie, is probably the best holiday movie ever, in my opinion. But I do lean towards, I think, Christmas having the better movies. Halloween certainly has more of a variety.
Copy that. Great. And you actually touched upon one of my next questions. We'll get to that in a moment. Jamie, please go. 1 minute exactly.
So yeah, I gotta go with her on this one because I'm sorry, like not to diss on Christmas, but I guess I'm just like a heartless human being. I don't care about It's a Wonderful Life. I just don't. And honestly, I watched it. I don't feel better after it's over. But listen, you want to give me some Halloween? You want to give me some Exorcist? You want to give me okay, first of all, Death Becomes Her is one of the most hilarious.
Amazing
movies
film.
I've ever seen.
Agreed.
Like,
Amazing film.
Agreed.
For those at
on.
home, that's
Come
Meryl
on.
Streep, Goldie Hawn, Bruce
So-
Willis. Go on. Go ahead.
Oh God. And so the movies there are, I think are so much better. And if I'm gonna go Christmas, like I do have to say, I'm going original Grinch. Don't take it away from
Yes, ma'am.
Boris. Okay. I don't want Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. Get out of the way. I heard the musical was making people more suicidal than coronavirus. I mean, I heard it, and I don't watch any of it. And I boycott it, and my family calls me a baby, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch the original one, and then I'm done. That's how it is. So Halloween wins. Come on, Halloween wins for movies.
Kimberly, you said that the best. So this can lead in. You said that your best holiday movie, which was going to actually be my next follow-up question. Which is the best holiday movie period between both holidays? You chose Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And by the way, we can include movies like, I think my last podcast, they said The Thing is technically a holiday movie because it takes place in the snow. Die Hard is clearly...
Well, Die Hard, yeah.
Lethal Weapon
I love that one.
is technically a Christmas movie. But which is the best overall holiday movie? Are you sticking with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
If I'm going Christmas specific, I do not let the year go by without rewatching A Muppet Christmas Carol a bunch.
Yeah.
A bunch. A Muppet Christmas Carol. Oh God, it's just thinking about it makes my heart warm.
Yeah, you know, technically it's a TV movie, but it's really hard for me to not, and this is just because of my childhood, not choose the Rudolph, the original, what is it, claymation?
Yeah, the stop motion
TV,
animation.
and not
Yes!
claymation, the stop
Yes!
motion animation. Original Rudolph.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Except his dad was a dick, man. It's like
His dad was a
it's hard
dick.
to watch as an adult.
Yeah, his dad
Oh
was a
my
dick.
God.
Yeah.
No
And then-
wonder.
You know what I
he
will
was
say
like-
too? I think Halloween has better TV episodes. I think that the Halloween editions of television shows are better than the Christmas editions. I'll give it
Interesting,
that.
interesting. Although Christmas, it seems like well, we'll get into this conversation in a moment. Christmas seems like it takes over like a whole month of just nonstop Christmas content via video, TV,
Yes.
film. With that being said, Jamie, what's your
And
holiday movie
songs.
choice? Best holiday movie?
Okay, so can I split in two? Because that's how we are as actors. So, like, yes, if it's cartoon and it's TV, it's the original Grinch, which I've already told you. But I
ma'am.
gotta have a little Christmas Vacation. I mean, when he plugs the house in,
Solid.
come on! You know what
Solid.
I mean?
Yeah.
Some seriously nutso Randy Quaid. You gotta have a little Randy Quaid to make you
That
feel
is a
better about your family
fantastic
at
film.
Christmas.
One of the best Christmas movies for me. It
Okay,
goes Home.
yeah.
I got to throw the original Home Alone in there. You're right. You're right
Yeah,
about It's a
fair enough.
Wonderful Life.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
that is a movie about suicide. It's a super dark film if you really break it down.
It's a super dark.
Yeah.
I don't feel better.
And yeah, but what about now? What about
I
Halloween?
have a confession.
What's that?
I have a
that?
confession.
Oh!
I've never seen a Christmas Story.
You'll shoot your eyes out. You've never seen A Christmas
Yeah.
Story.
Never seen it, no. And also, I don't care. Like, I just don't.
I'm with you. I've seen it. I don't care. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's lost on me. I don't know. I don't get it.
I love that movie growing
But
up.
yeah,
go
it is
ahead.
part of, it's part of the fabric. That's for sure. A Christmas Story.
Oh, it's definitely part of the Christmas fabric. Before we get into before we get into this next question, I want to know your favorite holiday movie for Halloween as well. Jamie, go ahead.
I think it's got to be the original Halloween itself.
Yeah.
Like Jamie Lee Curtis, come on. It was just like so scary. I think the scariest movie of all time is The Exorcist. But
You know,
that's scary
Yeah.
on
actually brings up an
Valentine's Day.
interesting
That's
point.
scary. Like that's just, it's a whole nother level of whoever made that movie is,
John Carpenter is the
horrible
original
director, but-
Halloween. But
So I'm going original Halloween.
That's actually my favorite horror movie of all time. But it brings up an interesting point real quick before Kimberly gives us hers, which is Halloween almost has an unfair advantage because you could attribute or assign any horror movie year round to Halloween, right? So it almost has a, whereas Christmas movies are very Christmas specific. But what makes a Halloween movie? Is it just any fucking horror movie? We can answer that.
I completely agree with you.
And you can answer that and give me your. Make it throwing two things at you. Answer that and give me your Halloween movie.
So what makes Halloween movies specifically Halloween
Yeah.
movies? I think, if they if they take place around around that time of year, then they can constitute as a Halloween movie. But you can't throw any horror movie into the Halloween genre. I think that's what Halloween did to try to compete with Christmas, was they tried to create a Halloween season. And the reality is, like, that's called autumn, and let us enjoy the leaves. You can still get your orange colors out of that. You can still, you know, have the appreciation. But yeah, I guess I have to say, I think Halloween might be my favorite Halloween movie. You know, and I liked the remake as well. So I think the original stands alone.
Me too.
I really did enjoy
the Rob Zombie remake.
Rob Zombie's. I thought he did.
I enjoyed it. Of all the horror remakes that have happened, you know, because they remade a bunch of slasher flicks between Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw, multiple sequels on top of that. I feel like the Rob Zombie original Halloween remake was one of the better ones. I don't like part 2. I don't know if you guys have seen that. That he did, but yeah.
No, wait. Does Rocky Horror Picture Show count as a Halloween movie? Because that gives me real Halloween vibes. And
me too.
So does Clue, and that's 2 Tim
Oh
Currys.
My god!
Like Clue is one of my favorite movies ever, and I'll watch that. I mean, anytime.
Yeah, you can absolutely. Once again, you can assign those to Halloween. I think the same way that you could assign Die Hard towards Christmas.
Yeah.
Although Die Hard technically takes
or Gremlins.
Yeah, or Gremlins is a great Christmas film.
Yeah.
But also could that also be a Halloween movie because it takes place
probably.
Yeah, because they're little
holiday season movie.
They're monsters.
This is going to lead right into
monsters.
this question was later on, but I'm going to go right into it. Nightmare Before Christmas. Well, first off, I'm assuming both of you have seen it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about
I've
to be
seen
like, and end podcast. But two of my podcasters hadn't seen the movie Scarface before, which not judging if you haven't, but I am also judging if you haven't. And I was just like, how?
A little bit.
Yeah. And there were like 2 close friends of mine who've seen like everything. I was like, have you not seen? And then they started saying it was like too bro, and it was getting me angry. Okay. Anyway, it's okay. It's part of my childhood trauma. I'm just adding it to the list. To discuss with Dr. Feinstein tomorrow. On Sunday. He only sees me on Sundays.
I was going to say,
well, if it's Feinstein,
special,
he can't on Saturday.
Yeah, I can't, exactly. But yeah, I get a special Sunday rate. That's
I was going to say.
Nightmare Before Christmas, is that more of, and I know this has been debated many times, but is that more a Christmas film or a Halloween film? Kimberly, take the floor. You have 30 seconds.
Oh, it's a Christmas film, for sure. I mean, the movie starts when Halloween ends, and Christmas is what reawakens the town and, you know, makes people feel good about things. That's totally a Christmas movie.
Jamie.
I don't even need 30 seconds.
She's like, I can do this in 10. I do have to agree. I think they wanted to, but if you ask the filmmakers, because I've actually debated this before with friends of mine, they really wanted it to be a Halloween movie, but that is set at Christmas. But I'm with her. It feels like Tim Burton's version of what Christmas is. So yes, I'm going Christmas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Christmas as well. I think. It's also
listen, it's his version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a fantastic movie to watch on mushrooms, which I did a long time ago. I don't partake in such.
Oh, sure. No.
And every other Tim Burton movie can be a Halloween movie. Every other one.
I remember I just couldn't stop running around the house singing, "What's this? What's this?" I was going to have the inanimate object break. "What's this? What's this?" Yeah.
So you had as bad of an experience as I did, is that a very long time ago when I decided to try it, we forgot that it was St. Patrick's Day and everything got green really fast. It was not fun. Never again.
You were seeing green Grinches everywhere.
Oh, and I couldn't figure very long time ago.
All right, let's move on to our next question, which is, I mean, I feel like we kind of touched on this, so we'll just do it really quickly. Of the 2 holidays, which holiday has the best overall content? We're talking about cards, videos, social, everything, movies, TV.
Who starts?
Jamie, go ahead.
oh, whatever, it's Kimberly. She can have this one, fine. It's definitely Christmas, whatever. She wins. It's got the best overall. I mean, it does. It has the meaning and the cards and, the Christmas carols that start 2 seconds after you're finished eating turkey. And, so I just feel like it's definitely Christmas.
Looks like Kimberly
I think
she's conceding, unlike our current president. So go ahead and give me your answer.
I think there's something. I don't know if I would say there's something wrong with me. There's something different about me. I don't get tired of Christmas music. I just never have. And when I used to work in retail as a manager, the employees would, God, they really were unhappy with me because I would start it the day after Thanksgiving, and then I'm not kidding you, I would get in my car to go home, and I'd have Christmas music on in my car. Like, I love it. There's so many different versions of classic songs. I don't so much love like the new Christmas songs.
Right.
I like new versions of original Christmas classics. And yeah, I think, Halloween does have, more fun costumes, and that's for sure. I mean, you can dress up as an elf or Santa or a reindeer
or Mrs. Claus,
but when it comes to Halloween, but yeah, like Halloween definitely has more of a variety for that. So I do think photos are more interesting from Halloween, but every other type of content definitely.
And what is while we're on the subject, you touch upon music, what is your favorite Christmas song, Kimberly?
I like I think it's called Christmas Please Come Home or Blue Christmas. I like the sad Christmas
Yeah,
songs.
can you give me a little taste? What do you got?
Yeah. The snow's coming down. I'm watching it fall. Da-da-da, people around. It don't feel like Christmas at all. I'm not getting the tune right because I'm on the spot.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah.
But that's what it's. Yeah. Christmas,
better than I could do.
Baby, please come home.
Come
home. Who does that? And do you know the artist that does the latest version of that, or does one of your favorite?
I don't know the latest one. My favorite version is the Death Cab for Cutie version.
I feel like
U2 does it as well.
Bono or U2. Okay, you just said U2. You just took the words out of my mouth.
U2 does
out of my mouth. All right,
U2
Jamie,
does,
go ahead. Favorite Xmas song?
Well, first of all, I'm not with her at all. So I'm just going to tell you right now that by the 15th of December, I'm glad Grandma got ran over. Or I'd run them all over. I just like, the only good thing about coronavirus is I don't have to be in the world and listen to it. Like, I do love it, but I'm so done after a while. Like, I just can't stand it. But that said, for me, it's War is Over, John Lennon.
Oh.
Yeah.
And can you,
It's a big, okay. Oh, wow. This is going to tank the podcast.
No.
Hang on. I've got this.
I've already tanked it. Go ahead.
What is it? Okay, now I'm on the spot here. So this is Christmas. What have you done? Another year over and a new one just begun.
Woo, I love it. That is so good.
Oh, happy
Christmas.
I just love it. It just
that's a great
one.
Oh, that's so you just gave me goosebumps. I love that song. And that was a great job. That was a great job. And you've got John Lennon.
You
the
guys,
artist.
thanks a lot.
For me, I have to say mine because it was mine since I was a little child, and it's mine still to this day, and that's Little Drummer Boy. And I love,
good one.
love. I feel like there've been so many renditions of it. I wouldn't know an artist that actually sings it.
Did Whitney do one? Did Whitney Houston do one that I thought was like, maybe I'm wrong? I thought there was a female along the lines.
I know David Bowie.
I think you're right.
David Bowie did one with Bing Crosby. I don't know if.
Yeah. I think Whitney did do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you Googling? Are you
I
finding
know.
that out?
No, I'm just looking wistfully out the window.
You are. I thought you were like you look.
So
I thought you went into search mode.
No, I just went into
I was gonna Google it, but I'm afraid. I was gonna Google it, but I'm afraid I'm gonna screw up the podcast. So I'm just gonna sit tight.
She's like, no, she's
because
like,
if anybody could end this,
Do you know what I think? Oh, wistfully looking out the window just jogged my memory. I think Whitney Houston did a version of it on SNL with Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Oh my gosh, really?
wow.
Is that a
Okay,
thing
well,
that
I need
anyone
to
else
see.
remembers, or did I just make that up?
I'm gonna Google it
Okay,
now.
somebody Google
I
it.
think
I'm
that
afraid to touch my controls.
I'm okay.
For fear
Yeah,
that I'm gonna do something dumb to this podcast.
Yeah, I'm not Googling anything. This is where I'm not touching anything until
I'm with you. I'm not doing anything.
yeah.
I'm going to answer questions.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to think of all the other Christmas songs.
Yeah. It when you Google it, the first thing that pops up is Whitney Houston, Little Drummer Boy, SNL. So.
I thought so.
Yeah.
You should check
And
it
with
out.
Bobby,
It's pretty good.
it's
I gotta tell
Bobby,
you. Well, she can
Bobby
sing the phone book.
Christina. Is that who you said? Bobby Christina? No.
No, I said Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Oh, okay.
Remember Molly Shannon's character. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't wrong, but
you were not
I may have
wrong.
been a little off.
You were not wrong. All right,
was not wrong.
moving right along because we're only a quarter way through. Let me ask you a question. Kimberly, I'm going to start you off with this. Which holiday, I feel like this is an obvious one, but we're going to go into it anyway. Which holiday induces the most stress? Which one induces the least? You have 1 minute. Fly, little birdie, fly.
I do think if you're hosting, these probably fall even. Because my answer to this question is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Because I like to
It's
host
true.
Thanksgiving. Living in Las Vegas, a lot of folks here, myself included, don't have family. So, like, I historically have hosted 20, 30 people, and that's a lot of cooking and cleaning and shopping and preparation. This year, definitely didn't do that. I'm sure Jamie probably had 40 people over without masks on, and everyone was getting drunk. But I played it very safe and only had, like, 4 people to dinner, and we were all, responsible and safe.
Right, but between
Christmas
Halloween
doesn't
and
stress
Christmas.
me out.
Okay.
I think Halloween would stress me out more because it'd be like, God, I have to dress up. What the fuck? I don't even want to do this. Do I have to buy a costume? Do I make a costume? And
Right.
Is someone else going to be in the costume? Is this too topical? Do I go as a handmaid? Everyone else is a handmaid. I don't want to do it. Yeah, just thinking about it is making my shoulders tense up.
Jamie, you have the floor.
It's Christmas. I mean, she and I just totally switched holidays. I mean, Christmas is always so stressful, and like you're in the middle of it. And when you were a kid, it was fantastic. Like you did nothing. Like you held a couple of balls while everybody taller than you put them on the tree, and then you wake up and you have like 35 gifts, and it's like incredible. And you believe in this fake man that comes down the chimney. But when you're older,
Wait,
it's
fake?
who I have to buy for all this. We'll discuss this later. Take her with Dr. Feinstein tomorrow. See if there's 2 openings. But you're buying things and you get older, and I think the season in general, it's like you're right in the middle of all of it, and there's people to buy for, and what do you get, and traveling and all that kind of stuff, and then they go, don't forget what it's really about, and you're like, oh, stop. Like it's
But
so
that is
I think
what it's
Halloween
really
can
about.
just be, I mean, I host Halloween and it's much less stressful because you just, I don't know, you just dress up and people come over, or you go somewhere, or you go to a party, so it doesn't have an overall sort of, I think, meaning as much as Christmas, and I don't think it has the overall stress of making sure you remember everyone at that time of year the way you're supposed to, and I just think it's much more, and people can find the holidays very depressing. It depends on if you're with somebody, if you're single, it kind of matters at Christmas,
Yeah.
whereas Halloween, it's almost better if you're not. You just get drunk and go to a Halloween party.
That's interesting you bring that up because that's
so Christmas is definitely, I think,
that's one of my next questions is which one is better or worse to go through single? Kimberly, why don't you respond to that?
Oh, for sure, Halloween is better single. Yeah, I think you have prime opportunity and a great excuse to like step out of yourself and be someone else for a night. And I think Halloween is definitely known more for the parties. That's why people were so disappointed that it was canceled because just like, what am I supposed to do on a Halloween if I can't go to a stranger's house and get drunk and make out with Batman?
Exactly.
Well, stay home.
Where is he?
Watch a movie.
Yeah.
But I think,
exactly.
and like Jamie said, I think Christmas already can be somewhat of a depressing time for people. Again, people are far away. We can't travel like we would like to, or we live away from our family. Some of us don't have family, so I think being nestled in a partnership during Christmas might be a band-aid for a larger issue, whereas being single for Halloween is like ideal.
Ideal. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, Jamie?
I agree, because I think that for again, hyping Christmas to the beginning is that we have hyped it. It does have a very simple purpose, truthfully. But I find Christmas to be more reflective than New Year's. Like I think when you're reflecting on a year and it's this lit up time and this sort of magical time that you tend to look back on your year. And so if you aren't with someone or things didn't turn out the way that you wanted, or like me, you go home for like 6 Christmases with no one, and then they like casually ask you if you're a lesbian over dinner. It's just, it gets awkward. You're just like, yes. So I just think that it just kind of depends on who you're with. And if you're alone, I don't think you should feel alone, but you will feel lonelier at that time of year than you do in July if you're single.
It's indicative of a larger issue, which is, do you need to be in a relationship to feel like a whole person? And
exactly.
I know this is a comedy podcast, but
No,
that's
please.
the reality. It's like if you're reliant on someone else to make you happy, that's really the issue that should be addressed. Like Christmas, I think, is so much more about family and friends and chosen loved ones than it should be about relationships. But people do tack on, people get engaged on Christmas or married on Christmas, which I think is foolish.
Awful.
Get engaged because if it breaks up, she gets to keep the ring. That was a gift.
She takes the ring and your holiday forever.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
I get, it almost sounds like it comes down to Christmas is definitely more family oriented. Halloween is more about friends. So I guess when arguing the holidays, is it unfair to be like friends versus family? Like, Jamie, go ahead.
100% it is. 100% it is. And like for people who, let's be honest, not everybody likes their family. So it's like Christmas can be super stressful when, your parents or your family has this huge Christmas party and you're, not with someone or, everyone's sort of talking about the year and all that stuff. But Halloween, it's just all about your friends and all about where you want to go. And there's just no stress to be someone at Halloween. It's just, like she was saying, you could just be someone else. So it's definitely friends versus family.
Yeah.
So
Kimberly?
I think a lot of people who don't enjoy Christmas because of negative memories associated with it, or like the holidays are hard for me, I don't have this. It's a lot about what you don't have, and Halloween is more a celebration of abundance. There's lots of candy, there are over the top outfits, makeup, and drinks, and all of that stuff. So it's bare bones. So I think when you're talking, I've had some really rough Christmases. Like I said, we were very poor. There was one year where my mom kept our presents in the car to hide them from us. The car got broken into and the presents got stolen.
Oh.
Plenty of years where Christmas wasn't going to happen because of how broke we were, but like because of, friends of the family and stuff like that. Like Christmas always came through. We weren't always getting amazing gifts, but it was never about that. So I do think, and I think Jamie even said something earlier where it's like, you have to worry about who you got to buy for. I think if those are the people in your life that are going to be mad that you didn't get them a present or mad that they didn't get a card, like those are people you might not want in your life.
Time to go bye-bye.
Anyway.
Yeah.
If
Time to send them to the
cut them out.
Send them to give them their own St. Valentine's Day massacre on Valentine's Day.
Yes. On Valentine's Day.
Not on Valentine's Day street like some of us thought.
On the 14th.
Jamie, go. I make sure it's on the 14th. Jamie, go ahead.
Okay, what were we talking about again?
We're saying friends versus family? I think Jamie started this one.
Oh, she started this one. Okay.
No, but I agree with her,
You're right.
actually.
You were just saying so many interesting things. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with what she said. I think that it's definitely, for some reason, there's a stress that surrounds. And I actually think what's strange is that, like, we had really big Christmases. And in my life, I've actually minimized Christmas. And we don't do, everybody does one gift, and that's it. And that's the limit. And we get together and we laugh and we drink and we tell stories, and we're in different places. And so when we get together, it's so much more fun. It's so much more fun when you have this simplicity around that holiday. We have always had a better time. So
Kimberly had a great story story about her, not great because it's actually kind of sad about the getting. I'm like, that's amazing. Your gifts got stolen, your car got broken into.
I know.
But do you have a? One of my questions was, what do you have any crazy childhood stories from the holidays, from either holiday? Kimberly's given us one that's pretty. I don't know if you have more, but Jamie, do you have any?
I've had,
anything?
yeah. God.
I have a
Yeah,
I have
go
a
on.
college Halloween story where we decided that we were going to go on mischief night, which I don't even remember what day it was, if it was the night before Halloween, I don't even know. And we all had crushes on the guys off campus, so we dressed in complete black, and we got like toilet paper and all the stuff that you're supposed to throw, like pebbles. I don't know, what do you throw at people's houses? We don't know, we don't care. Dress in black, run through town, and go to these guys' houses, and we start throwing stuff at their window, of course, and they hear us and they come running out. We take off down the street, and the alley right next to their house happened to have a cop sitting there. So now he's got his lights on. So we were gonna go hit on these guys and see if we could hang out with them. Now we're running from them and the cops. And I'm dressed in all black, and I've got toilet paper all around me that I was supposed to hang, and I can't get away. So we run into the woods to hide from the cops. I sit down because I'm freaking out, and I don't know what I sat in, but clearly I was allergic to it. So I'll just leave that there for the rest of my life, and like the day of afterwards, I am in the guys come around the corner, by the way, and they're like, what are you guys even doing? We're like, okay, you know what? We just wanted to hang out with you guys. We don't feel like getting arrested. And I end up in the infirmary with some sort of like ridiculous rash, which we don't need to get into. That ruins all holidays. I'm just saying, don't do mischief night if one, you're not fast enough, and you don't really know what the hell you're doing in the first place.
Mischief night is.
It's
It's
the
this
night
night where you're
before
supposed to toilet
Halloween.
paper. Yes. And
Yeah,
we
they
used to
also
have so
call it
much fun. Like
Devil's
we would.
Night.
Oh, like Hell Night?
Yeah.
maybe Hell Night is a
Okay.
thing you
Or was
call
that just
it.
from the movie
Maybe.
The Crow? I thought.
We.
Well, they
Yeah.
called it Devil's Night. Devil's Night. Here's to Devil's Night, my new favorite holiday, and then he drinks a bullet.
Oh, is that from? Is that okay?
yeah,
They called
I
it
know.
Devil's Night, not Hell Night in The
Yeah.
Crow. Okay.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Got
So you're
it.
just supposed to
Yeah.
toilet
The
paper
Crow,
and like do
which-
weird stuff. Yeah. Which we
That might
did
be a
miserably.
Christmas movie.
Yeah, we. That's an insane story, Jamie. I'm sorry. Were you about to say The Crow might be a Christmas movie?
Yeah, was there something Christmassy in there, or was it Halloween? It was a
I can't
Halloween
remember.
movie. That's a Halloween
That's a,
movie.
That is
The
Crow
Crow
is
is a Halloween
film,
movie.
Yeah.
I think it's
God.
Halloween movie.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, Brandon Lee, man.
We got
he
that.
would
I
have
can't
gone on to
remember.
do so many great things.
That might be my favorite Halloween movie. now
Is
that
The
we've
Crow? I
decided.
love The Crow.
Yeah,
The
I
Crow
love
is a
that movie.
fantastic
Great
film.
sound.
I don't think I
Tracks.
remember it.
yeah.
I think I have to re-see
it's
it.
good.
Oh, The Crow is a fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic film. So
Well, I'll add it
let's
to
see.
my list because I have a whole list.
Yeah.
So
Check it twice.
check it twice. Find out if it's naughty or nice. Which holiday? I think you guys once again talked about this earlier, but let's go back to it. So which holiday does get better as you get older, and which one gets worse as you get older? Jamie, I'm going to start with you.
I feel like, wow, that's kind of a hard question. But I'm going to say Halloween gets better because I feel like it was never, this is a weird answer, but I don't know that there were ever any expectations with the holiday. And so it just sort of, you can have fun with it. And if good, bad, or indifferent things happen, you can still choose to have fun on that holiday. Whereas like for Christmas, it's like if you, much like Kimberly's life and like people's lives, like if there was a time frame where you didn't have a good time during those holidays, or you're in a portion of your life, that holiday is a direct reflection sort of where you are. So if you're older and you can't get home, a lot of people are having a terrible time. We're adopting 2 people from LA this year, and they're going to stay with us because they can't get home. And so like them saying it is just like, I've never missed Christmas. Like I've never missed Christmas. So I feel like I'm going to give Halloween by default because I'm not sure there's so much wrapped up in the holiday in the first place.
Copy that. Kimberly.
Yeah, I disagree. I definitely think Halloween is more fun as a child because the the expectations are you get to dress up and play and get candy, and that's what Halloween is. And Mischief Night itself was like hopefully innocent, but where I grew up in New York, we didn't go to school the day before Halloween because people would like fill socks with batteries and randomly attack people. Like Mischief Night was not
Oh my
fun. It
God.
was dangerous.
Where did you grow up again?
In Mount Vernon, New York.
Okay. Where is?
Which it was like it's right outside the city.
Okay.
It's like near the Bronx. But I do think like as a kid, like I remember dressing up and going around the neighborhood and trick or treating, going home, changing into a different costume, and going out and trick or treating all over again, which was super fun. But when you get older, I don't know, maybe especially like as a cis woman, it gets harder to find like costumes, and you really do have to like rely on yourself. I don't want to be a slutty nurse or a slutty witch. I just want to be
A witch.
A
Or a
witch
nurse.
or a nurse. So I think that's like it does seem to be an opportunity for people to be gross more than Christmas is. You know, like Halloween, people are like, oh yeah, she's gonna be dressed like a slut, and you're gonna see more than you would, or maybe not she, they, he, them.
Yeah.
Whereas Christmas becomes more of like I've grown into Christmas being like, this is something I enjoy, and here's what's important about it. I want to make sure people have somewhere to be and people to be with. So your friend saying like, I've never missed Christmas, you're really, your heart grew 3 times that day. There were 3 sizes that day, and you're letting these people into your house, and they're gonna have this very lovely memory associated with something that initially may have been hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. It's a lot of touching subjects here. A lot of love. Either way, both holidays have a lot of love, right? Which I think the world,
Yes.
which is what the world needs right now.
Lust and then love.
Lust then love.
Yeah.
Lust and love.
Lust then love.
Both very important.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
I've never dressed really slutty. I mean, the sluttiest outfit I ever wore for Halloween, I one year went as Adam and Steve, and all I wore was a see-through tan thong. So I was basically naked, and I had a large leaf over my crotch, and then 2 tiny leaves on each butt cheek. That was great. That's a solid.
Yeah.
That's a solid A+.
Solid.
Yeah. Other than
I did
that,
a
I've always
slutty
been-
nurse one year on.
Yeah. Other than that, I've always dressed
Super
up for
slut.
wintry kind of things. So, I'm from New England. So I've always worn
Right.
Halloween costumes where I'm going to completely, because you're going to be outside. I live in New York and I guess when I was in
Yeah.
LA, but even LA in the Halloween can be kind of cold.
Except for Santa Monica Boulevard.
little.
We used to just, my girlfriends and I one year were like, we're going to have so much fun. Let's just go. We're like nurses and we're just being goofy, right? And we're like, this is going to be so great. We'll just do fun, slutty stuff, and we'll just look around and we'll go to Santa Monica. Every guy there had us beat. I was like, wow. There is not
Yeah,
a guy
I
in
bet.
front of me who doesn't look better than I do right now. There is not a guy here. Better legs than I have ever seen in my life. I mean, there was a guy probably 6'8" with his stilettos on. Best legs I think I've ever seen in my life. I was like,
Oh
okay.
man. I wonder what Halloween in
Here we are.
Provincetown is like. I bet that's fun.
Oh, it's got to be fun. Got to be a blast. Got to be a
I
blast.
bet.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along. Let's see. We talked about the single. We talked
sir.
about the. What age? How old did you believe in Santa? I believed in Santa until I was like 23. Not that late, but I was late. I was late. Like I think I was like up until like 8th grade. I remember I got into a fight with a kid. I think in like 6th grade. I was like, "It's fake," and I was like, "I'm
Really?
gonna fuck you up," And then he hurt me.
I think y'all ruined it for me on this show.
For those listening at home, Santa's real.
Santa's real.
Did you guys discover?
Goodness, I know I was 9 when my parents got divorced. So I think by that time I didn't believe in a lot of things. But I think it was around 8 years old. I have an older brother and a younger. I'm smack dab in the middle. So I have a brother who's 3 years older and a brother
Middle
who's 3 years
child.
younger
Me
than I
too.
am.
Love
And
it.
middle child. And then mom got remarried and I have a much younger sister. But so yeah, I think I was around 8 when I didn't believe, me and my older brother especially. And if I'm remembering correctly, my mom had a friend of hers write a letter from Santa, basically like saying like, I know you kids are struggling and you don't think I'm real, but I am. And it had like glitter and stickers on it, and it renewed my faith until the following Christmas. Like
wow.
it worked. Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty fantastic. Jamie?
Yeah.
I think I was like 6 or 7. It was really young because I'm the youngest of 3 and my parents seemed perfectly content with 2. I was such an accident and they just couldn't even hide the fact that things just came out. We're talking about horror movies. I think I was like 7 years old when they put The Exorcist on. Completely forgot I was in the room. They're like, oh, let's cover her face. Like, they had the boy, they had the girl, they were totally fine, and then boom. It was like, oh, whoops. And so, like, my brother's like, come to the attic, and like showed me where like all the presents were. So I actually kept believing for my parents so that they wouldn't like find out. I was like, no, yeah. I was like, please. I know better than this. I mean, you showed me The Exorcist at 7. Like, what do you think? It's going to happen to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was very young for me. It wasn't something that...
And
my mother was so loud. I stopped believing in the tooth fairy at like 4 because my mother walking around was like an elephant and she's like lifting up the pillow and trying to stick the tooth in. And I was like... She's like, did the tooth fairy come? I'm like...
Tooth fairy is like the creepiest of all.
There's a... Oh!
Yeah.
Like
and I'm like,
woman's
you
gonna
were
come
awful.
in while you're
Gross.
sleeping and take your tooth from underneath your
Why do you
pillow.
want my teeth?
Well, you freak. What do you do with
And
that?
why are you gonna pay me? Yeah, so my mother's stumbling around like a drunk trucker. I'm like, yeah, I knew it was you. Thanks.
Collecting teeth, like she's rolling them like dice. Like, give me a 6.
All of these fantastical things involve people basically breaking and entering into your home. Santa, Tooth Fairy, even the Easter Bunny's leaving chocolates. I'm like, well, how the fuck are they getting inside?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, by that definition, Halloween might be the least creepy.
Yeah, because no one's coming in. No one's coming in.
It's kind of true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're the one
Exactly.
doing the scaring on Halloween. Otherwise, they're like,
Yes.
hey,
Right.
coming in your house. Like she's going underneath your pillow, like where you sleep. Like, like...
You couldn't put it anywhere. Like, you couldn't leave it, like, just, like, leave
At
this
the foot
out
of your bed?
in the
Why is
hallway.
it underneath my fucking pillow?
And then...
Yeah.
Exactly.
To put it,
and
it should have been
was like-
easier on them. Yeah, like put it in your little tooth
stick it by the
box
door.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. Why?
You know what?
Why is the mythology making it
Why
so
under
hard
my
for the Tooth Fairy to get the tooth too?
This is what I would tell my kids. Be like, we're gonna put it under my pillow so that when she shows up, I can negotiate the price for you. And then it's just like,
See what you get. That's
Smart.
Exactly.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
All right, we have come to the part of the debate where you guys are going to switcherooski, as they say. I don't know where they say it. Hopefully nowhere. Go ahead. So Kimberly, you're gonna go first, and you're gonna now take Halloweeny. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds precisely to argue why Halloween is better than Christmas. Go.
Okay. And I can't say it's not. Right? Okay, so
You're switching sides.
Halloween is better than Christmas because, first of all, the costumes, and second of all, the candy. So you have this opportunity, like a real legitimate excuse to be someone else entirely for a night, a day, and a night. And it's a fun way to kind of experiment, like growing into a new person. We're coming towards the end of the year. It kicks off the holiday season. Here's your opportunity to see if you like where you've been for the last 10 months or if you want to switch it up. You can be a naughty rabbit. You can be a bunch of grapes. You can be a topical television character from the previous year. Or you know, Batman. You can be Batman.
Yes.
You can be anyone. And we haven't gotten into this yet here, and I'm going to start us off by saying I love candy corn.
Yes.
And Halloween gives me candy corn. Not to mention on November 1st when all the Halloween candy goes on sale. Boom. It's amazing. Better than Christmas.
boom.
I'm gonna, Jimmy, before you retort, I'm gonna say I also love candy corn. I never understood why it gets such a bad rap. We'll get to that in a moment. Jamie, Christmas, argue, go.
Fine. Halloween and candy corn. Here, it's Christmas. So, Well, we talked about the fact that it's reflective. We also, can we just talk about for a quick second, the fact that you have a tree that's lit up in your house. Like, it's so fun. Like, my favorite thing to do is just turn all the lights off and you just kind of lay down next to this amazing tree that has all these lights on it, and it's just very fun to do. And there's presents. Let's just be like, superficial for a second. Like, I know for a fact that there are presents in this house and I know where they are. I'm not going to look because I'm an adult, but it gets exciting, to be like, I know that they're here, and you get to rip them open on Christmas morning. I think that it's, I love decorating for Christmas. I do have to say, like, I pull them out and you just start to get into what that time of year is. Now, I am from the East Coast, so I've always had to adjust to California. I do miss winters on the East Coast. They have us
with
beat.
you right there.
Period. Autumn and winter, and it just, that first chill in the air is just such an amazing time. So I do think Christmas in general, just sort of this prep for this day is very fun, and it's, your house looks different and it's all lit up, and I think hopefully most people start to get a little bit better towards each other. I wouldn't hold your breath. This year. So yeah, I think that there's, being the juxtaposition between the two is that there's a very self-examination sort of time for me for Christmas that I think makes it a really incredible holiday.
Sticking with the sides that have switched you over to, you actually touched upon my final question of the evening, which is the more fun and sort of better holiday to decorate for? You kind of already touched upon that, Jamie. So Kimberly, you have the floor.
Yeah, I'd say Halloween is the more fun holiday. Oh God, this is hard to decorate for, because it's, we get to play with the season that we're in, and we get to maximize like some of the characters that are familiar in our lives, like the black alley cat. Now that's a decoration, or like. We know about Frankenstein, we know about witches and monsters and ghosts, and how I think what's super cool about Halloween compared to Christmas is like a lot of the decorations can be DIY. You can get very clever and creative with stuff just around your house. I remember making little ghost, dolls just out of tissue and string, and how impactful it can be. So I do think it gives us the opportunity to get creative and play like children again, just like we get to dress up in costumes like kids, so I get a lot of that fulfilled by being an improviser. I get to literally play make-believe with my friends. But for a lot of people who don't do stuff like that, it's the one day a year or that time of year that they get to not be themselves, play like children again, eat lots of candy, and dress up. And I know I got a little away from the decorations.
No, that's okay.
But I do think that's part of it, is getting creative and doing it yourself, and splashing blood on things, and using tissues to make ghosts. DIY all the way.
Jamie, do you have any response to that?
I agree, actually, but I'm still sticking with Christmas, because I think that and we decorate like crazy for Halloween because we host a party, but I'm still going to stick with Christmas for the decorations, because one thing I forgot to mention too is the smell of the Christmas tree, and the smell of, I don't know how they make candles smell like cranberries, I don't know, or like cinnamon, but they do. And then, you light them in your house and you have this like cinnamony spruce smell that you will never get any other time of year. And Halloween doesn't really smell like anything. So I'm still sticking with Christmas on that one.
I love it. I love it. Guys, this has been such, I almost don't even want it to end, because I love both. It's hard for me to choose, because I love both holidays almost equally. I mean, I have so many amazing childhood memories from both. Christmas for me is very much about family. I've lived away from my family for quite some time. They're in Florida and also in Rhode Island. So Christmas is the one time of year where the whole family actually gets completely together. So it's always been very special for that very specific time. At the same time, Halloween is, I'm such a lover of horror films, and I love dressing up, and I love decorating for Halloween. It's really a tough one, but that's not my choice. I'm not the one. I can have it be equal. So
Right.
But let me ask you a really
Exactly.
weird weird question. If one of them, now you move away from whichever one you chose.
Come on.
But if you know where I'm going with this, if you had to eliminate one from existence,
Are you gonna do that?
I'm going to do that. By the way, you have to remove one. This is how we end. It's the final question. We're not even. You can choose
you
either one. By the way, you can move away from your holiday of choice. If you have to eliminate one,
Grinch.
you have to Thanos snap it away, and it's gone forever.
All right, I have to think about
it
this.
never
All
existed.
right, I have to think about this.
And it is gone forever. What goes?
I feel like
Halloween or
I feel like
Christmas?
Kimberly's having no problem with this. I feel like she's having no
I
problem.
have no
with this.
problem. No,
Oh
this
my
is so
God.
easy.
By the way, you're Thanos snapping it from existence. It's never existed. It never existed. It's gone.
He's trying. He's trying to make it harder on her. Go ahead, just say it.
What's going away?
Yeah, Halloween's gone. Halloween's gone. It's super
She
easy.
had no. There was no remorse. There was no.
Well, because I mean,
angst.
listen, there are some good memories that I have associated with Halloween. It's been fun. I used to actually host Halloween parties. I can't think of a Halloween that made me a better person, and Christmas has.
Oh,
So
she's gotta come in there and.
Jamie?
All right, I have. I mean, these bookend the holidays for me. You're talking about Halloween and Christmas because it ends for me with Christmas because you can have New Year's Eve 100 years
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck New Year's Eve. It's just like another night to get
You know,
drunk. I mean, it's
fuck
basically
New
July
Year's.
4th.
Yeah.
So
It's basically July
stupid.
4th in the winter. Like, that's basically
I feel like
it's
it's
the
second-
same
second
holiday.
Christmas
Christmas.
like
Yeah.
sucks.
New
And
Year's
that's
and
exactly
July 4th
right.
are the
That's
same
exactly
holiday,
right.
basically.
All right. Well, the only reason that I'm going to abandon what I'm about to abandon is because of Roberto, so I blame him for this. I am going to axe Halloween because no matter where you are in your life or where you go or the ups and the downs and all the things that you go through in your life, getting together with your family is gotta be what it's all about. Not that those slutty costumes weren't a hell of a good time, but perhaps Christmas Eve. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I would, being a grown up and all, I will axe Halloween, but it hurts.
It does hurt. No, this is a tough decision.
Hurts.
Nobody said this was
It
easy to
hurts.
Thanos snap
Not
it away.
for her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
no, I
fine
had
with
no
it.
trouble. This was very easy.
My choice is easy. I'm snapping away Halloween as well. I love them both equally, almost equally, but I have to go with family over
Christmas.
slutty and friends and stuff. So
Make sure they tune in because they're going to be so proud of us. They're going to be like, you chose
Yeah.
us. And be like, no, we did.
plus, like as far as like you can dress up and be slutty. I mean, you can kind of do that any time of the year, similar to Valentine's Day. You can be
4th of
kind and
July.
send the flowers and do the
Right.
kind thing for your
True.
partner from either sex. You know,
They make slutty Santa costumes
Yeah,
too. I mean,
definitely slutty
trust me,
Santas.
Yeah, you can,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Screams Victoria's Secret. I mean, you know you can go there and do that if you need to. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to work out.
When do you think that? Hold on, I know that was the last question, but now it's my mind is kind of crazy. When do you think like when did it start? I'm so curious as to like when slutty Halloween outfits like started. You know what I mean? Like what?
I am
decade?
too, because, and why I jumped on so quickly, because I don't really, it's not really my thing, but I just love it that day of the year. I don't know. It's just like a year to be, and like the nurses' outfits just got really,
But-
I'm going to go men did it. I mean, am I right to say that this had to start with men?
Oh, yeah, of
right?
course it started with men.
And
We-
women
yeah,
of
just
course.
signed up.
But when do you
Yeah,
think
like,
they
you
were
know
around in like the 60s? I mean, who knows when it started?
Maybe,
Yeah, we should have come in here more
I
prepared,
know.
I guess.
Now we'll never know, and I don't want to Google
I'm going to
that.
go Hugh Hefner. Hugh
Ooh.
Hefner, that's my guess.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, that's...
Who wouldn't love either
Ha-ha.
Halloween or Christmas at the Playboy Mansion? Come on, that would be
Oh,
a
yeah.
blast.
Wait,
So,
is with Hugh
that's what
Hefner?
I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
like bunnies were sexy.
Yeah.
Like it was
Still
like
alive,
a
though.
sexy bunny, and then I could be a sexy cat. I could be a sexy leper. I could be a sexy
Yes.
burn victim. I could be a sexy
Yeah.
meth addict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Can we choose the decade that we go to this party? I don't want to go now with him dead.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going in the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood era. That.
Okay, so when is that? That's
Oh,
like
okay.
that's late 60s,
Sharon
early
Tate,
70s or whenever
the
that
whole-
is?
69, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it
Six
was like,
late. I'm going
I think it
late
was-
'60s, early '70s, end of love, beginning of really bad outfits.
and
Yeah,
beginning,
I think that's.
yeah, right in the midst of Vietnam.
I want to go when I can have hairy armpits and do a lot of blow.
Yes.
So I think I'm with you.
I'm there.
Then
Yeah,
you're going with
probably
me.
like-
You can go with
I'm
me.
there.
And I think we're all
going
going in the
together.
sink.
I'm all about
It's the
blowing
hippie
hairy
era,
armpits.
guys.
I mean, that's that's my
Yeah.
regular Tuesday night.
So, yes, and we're talking a time where nobody gave a shit. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Otherwise, now you gotta Weekend at Bernie's him, and that's gonna be weird.
Exactly.
No,
He's
that's
gone.
a
It's
downer.
over.
That's a downer.
I know. I know.
So before I do my my amazing outro, any final thoughts on Christmas and Halloween? Final things, Kimberly?
I think if you can find it in your heart to celebrate any of these things, especially after the year we've had, celebrate. If you want to celebrate Halloween instead of Christmas, if you want to celebrate them both, if you want to throw some extra made up holidays in there, if you have enough spirit to celebrate like no one's watching.
I fucking love that. That was really beautiful. Oh my God, Jamie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I couldn't. She took the words right out of my mouth. I think that to celebrate anything is to know that you are in a place in your life where it is worth dressing up or getting a tree or celebrating family or whatever that holiday is. And I think that is living, and it's being comfortable in where you are in your life and enjoying what you've built. So whatever the holiday is, enjoy it. Enjoy it the way you want, celebrate it the way you want, and include somebody in it who doesn't have what you have, and make it a little better for everybody. So completely agree.
I love that so much. Oh my God, we ended on such a loving, positive note. Thank you. Thanks to both of you. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Okay.
Playboy Mansion.
Playboy
Right,
Mansion.
the Playboy Mansion.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry this afternoon. Okay,
okay.
so
It's the coffee.
it's the coffee. So, real quick before we go, folks, we are available on Apple, Spotify, Buzzsprout, YouTube, and all standard podcast platforms. Follow us on IG at Let's Hug It Out Podcast, and once again, Let's Hug It Out Podcast.buzzsprout.com. Who won the debate? Was it Jamie with her Christmas, or was it Jamie with her Halloween? Or let's try that again. Brenna, we're gonna edit that fucking part out. All right, that's what this is. We're gonna edit that part out. I'm gonna edit that part out. Who won the debate? Holy shit! It's gone off the rails. It's oh my God.
We got emotional. We fucked it up
by getting
We
emotional.
fucked it
That's
up
what
by getting
happened.
exactly.
Who won the debate? Was it Kimberly with Christmas, or was it Jamie with Halloween? Please, after you listen and subscribe, go ahead and comment on your platform of choice. Sounds platform of choice. That sounds weird. Sounds like your drug of choice. That's bizarre. So whichever
Condoms.
platform you want to stick in your arm or between your toes, go ahead and comment. Also, if you would like us to debate a specific, if you would like us to debate a specific topic, please message us
F you.
on any one of our available platforms after you've subscribed, or find me on IG at Radling, RAADLING, and hit me up. Kimberly or Jamie, do you guys have anything you want to talk about? We've ended it so beautifully after I've totally massacred the ending of this podcast. Is there anything you'd like to talk about for yourselves, for our listeners?
I would just say keep your eye on Instagram at an account called Remotely Funny. Also Bleach Improv on Instagram, because we'll be posting about the sketch show that we're debuting on December 30th online.
Copy that. Jamie.
Keep your eyes peeled for December 22nd. Look out for it. It's a Funny Women in Comedy podcast, and I'm going to be on there as one of the comedians, making everybody laugh about, funny freaking
Yes, I
women.
love that. I love
So,
funny freaking women.
Woo!
So, besides that, stay healthy. You know what I'm saying, people?
Oh, fucking
6 feet.
great. I love such great news. Guys, well, thank you once again for listening to Let's Hug It Out podcast with Roberto Raad. Keep hugging, but always wear a mask, and maybe not just hug yourself or do virtual hugs. Guys, we haven't done this yet. I did this in my first podcast, and then I dropped it, but we're going to do a quick little virtual hug. It's going to be nice and awkward, so just go ahead and just come in. Coming, there we go. Nice little, oh, my hands are so red and weird. There we go. Ah, it's a nice little hug. There we go.
Aww.
There we go. Nice little virtual hug. We all hugged it out. We're all friends in the end.
Yes.
We're all friends.
Feels good.
Yes.
It does feel good. It feels very good.
Guys, thank you so much for doing this. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Whatever holiday you celebrate, I think you both said it best, which is as long as you find a reason to celebrate with your loved ones. Thanks once again. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in, audience members. Bye. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy everything. Bye.
Happy everything.